Love being here in Green Bay. Love that you're watching us or listening to us. It's just going to be such a wild night tonight. We have no idea. It's such a mystery. I mean, last year we knew it was going to be 3 quarterbacks going off the top. The question is, when would other quarterbacks go? And then we found out one was going to Atlanta and Michael Penix. One did go to Minnesota in J.J. McCarthy with a small trade up into the top 10 from 11 for Minnesota. And Bo Nix turned out to be a Rookie of the Year candidate as the 6th and final first-round quarterback taken. Tonight, we have no idea how many quarterbacks are going to be taken. We have no idea if running backs will be taken more than quarterbacks in the first 20. Same thing with tight ends, right? We're assuming that there could be trades galore. I mean, Ian Rappaport came on the program at the top of the show, said, look out for Jacksonville to move from 5 to 2. Right now, you're saying Ashton Genty's a betting favorite to go 5th overall to the Bears.
Right.
Because that means Genty drops down to 5. I mean, and if, let's just say Jacksonville does move up to 2, that means the Browns move down twice. And the idea of the,
Perhaps, yeah.
betting public, as if that matters. I don't know. I mean, just what people are thinking.
Right.
Not like that there's anybody with inside knowledge to do this sort of thing.
Also, remember last year, no defender got selected until 15.
Right.
That won't happen.
I mean, that's not going to happen tonight.
Well, certainly when an offensive and defensive player gets picked in one and the same.
Yeah, so we're going to scratch.
You know what I mean?
And
like, by the way, how do, because I know that there is, these props out there.
He is not available in either of those props.
No, what I'm just saying, so
wide receiver or defensive back.
No, what I'm saying is, like, I know there are props about number of offensive players taken in the top 10 or in the first round. Does he count for both?
Is it like a 0.5?
No, he's not.
I'm serious.
No, every prop is without Travis Hunter.
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
How?
He's his own category.
He's an anomaly.
This is an annual tradition for us on this program on the day of the draft, from the draft town, where we choose a draft room. If we could choose one room to be a fly on the wall for or in, which team will that be? And it's a segment called Draft Room Debates, presented by Spectrum. Chris Brockman, you are first up right here. Oh, I like the fact that we're at podiums.
I love that. Let me get my pose down.
By the way, that was a Coach Fred Carter point out of me right there, like back in the old NBA 2 night.
I should have brought my gavel.
Chris, you're first up. Which, if you could choose one room to be in as a fly on the wall, it would be which team?
Yeah, we're not picking our own teams, obviously, so I'm going to take the Chicago Bears. I think there's so much intrigue surrounding them at number 10. They're, like I said before, they're now the betting favorite to take Genty 5th. So there is a lot of speculation that they're going to move up, and who's it going to be for? If they stick and pick, could they get Tyler Warren? Probably.
Yeah.
And that's a super fun, exciting player that they could really use. But it's not as fun as taking Ashton Genty and moving up in the draft and really creating a splash, maybe the first big splash if Jacksonville doesn't move up as well, and to really get things going and kick off tonight. So I'd love to know what the conversations are going on with Ryan Poles and now Ben Johnson, who we now know doesn't know Matt LaFleur. That was nice. That was good information. They're not acquainted. But just what is Chicago going to do? Because there's a lot of hope now with year 2, Caleb Williams, year 1, Ben Johnson, all the offensive weapons that we saw that they have, that they could be a playoff team. And that's a really tough division, maybe the best in the NFL. And what are they going to do to get better and improve and surround themselves and surround Caleb Williams with what he needs to succeed? I'm really interested in Chicago.
It is an excellent choice, especially since Ryan Poles did say that he thinks it's going to be a wild night.
Yes.
And if he thinks it's going to be a wild night because there's going to be some trades in the top 10 once the 5th overall pick is on the clock, maybe he knows that he's the one that can bring the wild to the party here. TJ, the draft room debate that you're eager to listen in on would be which teams?
Well, everybody wants me to say the Cowboys, but like Chris said, we're not picking.
We are not picking our teams.
Obviously, my next team would be the Steelers. Coach Tomlin famously said we want volunteers, not hostages, and yet it seems to me like Aaron Rodgers is holding this entire city hostage right now until he makes a decision.
Look at you turning a phrase, TJ.
Yeah, well, I'm a little bit of a wordsmith, not on your level, of course. I'm trying to get there.
Okay.
But yeah, man, I'm interested to see what goes down. Will Shador land there? Is Mike Tomlin's winning record streak? It's really, I think this pick is going to have a lot to do whether that streak continues again for a 19th season. And so Pittsburgh, the fans are a little, I don't want to say they're suffering from Tomlin fatigue, but we've seen all the tweets. We've seen all the stories. the fans, supposedly the loud ones, they want something different, right? And if this draft doesn't hit for them, I'm afraid that it could be bad news for Coach T. So
I don't know about that. I mean, listen, the debate is going to be if Shedeur Sanders is on the board, and
you take him.
And again, Jerry Dulac, who knows quite a bit about this organization and its way of thinking. Historically, if not right now, based on their roster and their decisions that they have to make tonight. He said that if their defensive tackle that they have been targeting is sitting there on the board, they're going to go with that player regardless of what's going on at the quarterback spot. He also said to keep an eye on, the running back position. Will Omarion Hampton and Travion Henderson be on the board at 21 for them to use as a debate? Or do they say, we like Shedeur, we do need to come out with a rookie quarterback at some point, and let's do it right now? That would be the debate that goes on in that draft room with the 10 minutes ticking. And if nobody trades up in front, I mean, Daniel Jeremiah says that he thinks the Giants will leap the line at 18th overall and take Jackson Dart, which would be, if they don't do that, that would be a debate as well. Like, if we're going to take a quarterback, now the debate is also Dart versus Shedeur,
and we know
versus defensive lineman versus running back versus another best player available that they were coveting. I mean, Jahad Campbell could be sitting on the board there as well. Not that that's a need, but, best player available may be a part of the debate.
Steelers are fascinating tonight.
Yeah.
And my draft room debate, like, listen, I totally agree with Chicago, and I totally agree with Pittsburgh, but I'm going with a team that can actually choose twice in the first round. Not just once, but twice. And that could be the New York Football Giants. And the draft room debate, when they're sitting there at 3, now's the time rubber meets the road. Do we do Shedeur Sanders or do we do Abdul Carter? Now, that might not be a debate. That may be already handled in New Jersey right now. That may be already done to the point where if somebody's pounding the table for one over the other, while the clock's ticking, with 10 minutes, 9 minutes, 8 minutes, and there may be fielding a call from somebody trying to leap the line for Genty or trying to leap the line or for Carter even to see if the Giants want to pass on that. That's a debate that could be going on in the room. And then the debate is throughout the rest of the next hour and a half. If they don't choose a quarterback 3rd overall,
how do they get back in?
Do they get back in?
Yep.
Why get back in? Is it too expensive to get back in? Do we not get back in? Or we have to get back in? And with who? Is it Seattle? Is it going to be Denver at 20 if they haven't already moved up like Daniel Jeremiah thinks? Could the Dolphins move down twice if they do move down to 20 in that trade that DJ says is going to happen for Colston Loveland between the Dolphins and the Broncos? And then, of course, the fact that, ownership's going to be in there. The cameras will be on, but with no sound this time,
really?
for their decision-making.
Come on.
Honestly, I think it is fascinating when you're talking about a draft night for a team that is at a crossroads again, or still at the same crossroads as they were at the quarterback position at this point last year. And they could choose twice tonight. That, to me, is a draft room debate I would want to be listening to.
Catch the Rich Eisen Show live weekdays from 12 to 3 p.m. Eastern on Roku Sports Channel in the U.S.